Hey everybody, welcome back to Reachin Reverie. Today I just want to show you guys a really quick update on the meat chickens. They are 3 weeks old now, so let's go take a look at how big they've gotten. I cannot believe how big these meat chicks are growing. It is insane. And we finally had a break in the rainy weather. This past week it's been nice and sunny and relatively dry, which has been really nice for keeping the meat chicks comfortable and happy and healthy and everything like that. Can you believe how big these meat chicks are? They're getting to that stage where it seems like they're growing a little bit faster than their feathers are coming in. At this point, it took a few weeks, but they are now trained to go inside the coop to bed at night, and we drop down this door with the pulley system, and then in the day we open it back up and they are free to come and go inside the coop and out of the coop and just hang out in this run all day long wherever they feel like it. They have plenty of shade, they have access to sunlight if they'd like to, and they always have food and water in the day. At nighttime we close them up in the coop and they don't have any food and water in the coop, just to, you know, keep them a little bit safer. And also the main reason that we keep their food and water outside in the run is so that they don't grow too fast, because believe it or not, if I were to leave that door open at night, the chicks would just sit here by the feeder and they would eat all day and all night long, and they'd grow much too fast, which can cause leg problems, it can cause organ problems, and just make for less healthy chickens. And they are already pretty lazy. They like to lay around all day. Most of them will lay down to eat from the feeder, so it's really good. And what has worked for us is to only provide them access to the food in the daytime when they're out. That way, you know, it's just kind of limiting those midnight munchy snacks that they love to have. These Cornish crosses are hungry all the time. We've been really fortunate that these chickens have been so healthy. I still have all 15 chicks that we started with, and you know, none of them have had any pasty butt. They've all been really bright and curious, and it's really amazing to see how fast they're growing. At 3 weeks old, these chicks are already so heavy. I've been tempted to try to weigh one, but I'm just gonna be patient. We're gonna go through this process and see. I don't think that these chickens are tame enough to sit still on a scale for very long. So keeping my hands-off approach, letting them live life, you know, be chickens, get out and scratch around. You can see, even having 15 chickens, this space is plenty big for them. These meat chickens are, you know, they're not very high energy like an egg-laying breed, and they just kind of mosey around looking for more food, scratching around in their bedding. And I also have started giving them alfalfa this week, which they really love. You know what? I'm gonna give them some alfalfa right now. So I do keep, and I think I've already shown you guys this, I do keep feed for the meat chickens in this toolbox. And it's really cool that it's, you know, it's airtight. It keeps all the rain and moisture out. It worked really well when we had that month-long rain where it rained every single day. The feed was nice and dry, and we got this for free, which was super convenient. I like to get these little bales of alfalfa, because alfalfa is really high in nutrients. You know, it looks like hay, but alfalfa is actually a legume. It's a vegetable full of different nutrients that are really healthy for chickens. I love giving my girls alfalfa, my laying hens, because alfalfa is rich in calcium, which helps them lay strong eggs. Now, of course, their primary diet is a healthy layer feed. However, I love giving them tasty snacks too that they really enjoy. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a little leaf for the meat chickens. This one is a little crumbly. It doesn't want to pull off in one leaf like they normally do. All right, that's what they're gonna get. I added this cute little chicken outside of their run as decoration. Okay, so I will just throw that out there for them, and those cute little meat chickens will come out and scratch around and eat all the leaves. They don't eat the stems, but that'll be a yummy, tasty snack for them. One thing that I had to start doing today that really sucks, I hate that I have to do this, is I am starting to lock this meat chicken run. Let me get this thing locked and I will tell you guys why. Something unthinkable happened today. I got up nice and early like I always do, and I started to run some errands before doing my animal chores. When I came home from running my errands, a stranger was in my yard looking at my chickens, in my backyard. So a little backstory here. A few nights ago, a raccoon came into my neighbor's backyard and killed her favorite chickens. My next door neighbor has around 30 poultry animals. She has hens, she has roosters, and she has ducks. She also has dairy goats and a couple of indoor animals as well. But in her yard, she had a raccoon get in, and it killed 2 of her favorite chickens. And I will admit, out of her chickens, those 2 were my favorite too. They were so cute and friendly, and it was really sad. But this is where I want to stress the importance of, if you have chickens, the safest thing for your chickens is to lock them up at night. My laying hens, they have a coop that has an automatic door, and I can set it for my phone. I can make it turn on and off, where it'll open and close at certain times of the day every day. And as the days get shorter, I can adjust that time so that they are never exposed to dangerous nocturnal predators, because they're safely closed up in their coop, just to keep them safe. I also make sure that we close that pulley system for the meat chicks so they're safely put up in their coop. You know, everybody has different management practices, and to each their own, but this is why I do believe that those chickens were killed by the raccoon next door, which is really unfortunate. So, because of how heartbreaking it was for my neighbor to lose those 2 chickens, she decided to rehome her entire flock, which was close to 30 chickens and ducks. And she is actually out of town right now, and she posted on social media that she was rehoming her flock, and I don't know how she sorted it out, but somehow people were coming over while she was gone and collecting chickens. And I believe she was just giving them away for free. Whoever wanted to swing by and pick them up, they were theirs. So what happened was, when I came home for my errands, someone was in my yard because they thought, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt here and say that they thought that my chickens were part of my neighbor's yard, which is not the case. So I got out of my car and she looked at me and she said, "Oh, are you neighbor's name? Are you her pet sitter?" Because she knew that she was out of town. I said, "Excuse me, can I help you?" And so this stranger looked at me and she's like, "Yeah, I'm here to rescue all these hens. I'm gonna take all the hens home and take them to my place." And I was like, "No, this is actually my yard. I'm her neighbor. That's my neighbor yard." And I pointed to my neighbor's section. "These are my chickens. If you need help, I can help you collect her chickens for you. Let her know that you're here and see what's going on. And if you need help, I know, like, if she's not home, I can help you wrangle some chickens and get hers for you." And so I touched base with my neighbor, and I ended up helping her collect all of the hens except for 1, and she took a rooster with her. So we went down from however many chickens she has to now she just has 2 roosters left and 1 hen and her 4 ducks. All the rest of the hens are gone. And it just really shook me up. If I had not been home, if I had not pulled into the driveway when I did, I could very well have come home to all of my chickens being gone. Like, what a misunderstanding. Like, I get it. Like, I am in a lot where, you know, I share a lot with a neighbor, but there's a fence line. It was incredibly scary to come home and see someone in my yard trying to catch my chickens, and me being like, whoa, wrong chickens. You know, and I hate that I had to do that. Like, I am definitely one who avoids conflict. I'm hugely a people pleaser. I'm hugely a how can we make everybody be happy in this scenario, but I was just, you know, just thinking about it. It would be devastating to come home and have all of your chickens stolen, whether it be a misunderstanding or not. I mean, that's just crazy. So it was an interesting morning, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, wow, close call. The good news is I still have all of my chickens and amped up security just a little bit on this property. I already did have surveillance cameras on the chicken yard, but I think adding some no trespassing signs and adding some bolt locks to the gates helped even just a little bit more. Gotta do what you gotta do, but didn't think I'd have to do that in this really friendly, quaint little small town. While we're out here on this update, I thought I'd show you an update on the garden as well. It's gonna be short and sweet, but I just love how these cosmos are blooming. I have a whole bunch of carrots coming up. My beets are looking really healthy. I do need to get in here and thin these a little bit. I just haven't had the heart to yet. More cosmos. Looks like we're gonna get another round of roses. I have some arugula. So I have some dinosaur kale. We have scotch kale. This is chigemissae, which I'm super excited about, really healthy green. Oh, I don't even remember what this is, honestly. I'm so bad at this. I think these are collard greens, honestly. And then I have a couple more beets. And over here, growing so fast, I have rat's tail radish, which is a variety of radish that you harvest the bean pods for. You don't eat the roots, which is kind of interesting, and I'm really excited about it. And then, of course, these snap peas are doing really good as well in this cooler weather. My gosh, look at how big that coleus is. It is amazing to me how big everything has gotten with all of this rain. It's amazing how much a little bit of rain does. In our case, we got a lot of bit of rain. About a month every single day. Every day for a month. That's about as much rain as we got, which is unheard of. That first day when the rain started, we got over our annual average amount of rain in that single day, and then it rained every single day continuously onward for several weeks. And I have never had a garden quite like this before. Full of life, full of produce. I mean, look at these amaranths. You can see the tomatoes grew up through the chicken wire and are pushing up on that shade cover. And these peppers, they're just completely overflowing into the pathway. And everything is full. If you just lift up the leaves, you'll see, you know, produce on every vine, every leaf, every branch. And that makes me really happy. So that's our quick update. Stay tuned, and next week I'll show you week 4 of the meat chickens, and then we'll be halfway to process gate. It's crazy how fast they grow and how quick the time flies. Hey Evie, man, now that that rain's gone, it got nice and toasty out here again in western Texas. She's laying behind my pepper bed in the shade, and I bet you that mulch is really cool because I have the irrigation running. If you like this video, give me a huge thumbs up, help me support my channel, subscribe to see more videos like this, and I'll see you next time.